I couldn't tell you the last time I remember a night of drinking. I would drink to blackout and wake up the next morning and not remember a single thing. It wasn't just a little bit of drinking or 1 or 2 beers. It was being out of control, belligerent, drunk. Life was not all great during high school. Things I'd never really talked about, from my parents being divorced, I dealt with by drinking them all away. There was definitely close calls, numerous occasions where I couldn't tell you how I got home that night, where I should have definitely not woken up probably from all the alcohol I had been drinking. Was sent to the ER from a school dance for being highly intoxicated. Woke up in my prom dress still in the hospital with my dad sitting in there. First thing I asked was I needed to leave so I could go party at the hotel that we were supposed to stay at. My parents made a bunch of calls and I went down to a rehab center to do an intake form, and they took me pretty much within like 2 days. At first, rehab was not fun because of the withdrawals, but after that it became a little bit easier. It actually was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I proceeded to go to meetings and be very involved in working the 12-step program. I was sober for 6 months and then decided that it was a great idea to have 1 beer. My body was basically rejecting all the alcohol, and it didn't take 1/5 of alcohol for me to black out anymore. It only took 3 beers. Gradually just got worse and worse and worse. It finally led up to Thanksgiving night of 2005. I'd been drinking at a friend's and just started to drink a little bit, didn't think anything of it. I supposedly had equivalent to 12 shots within 1 hour. We decided to leave. So she proceeded to drive my car, and I was a passenger in my car. We hit a median down the street. My car didn't jump the curb, so it was like hitting a brick wall. I went up and over my airbag. My head hit the windshield. I had totally burst my 7th vertebrae. Shattered it completely, and it was pressing up against my spinal cord. One thing I do remember is going into the surgery and remembering that whatever was gonna happen, because they couldn't guarantee that I would come out alive, is I knew God had a plan for it. Whether or not that meant he took me to heaven to spend forever with him, or I came out a quadriplegic, or just partially paralyzed, whatever he had for me, he was going to use it, and that was it. I have a wire mesh cage in place of my 7th vertebrae, hip bone from my left hip inside of it, C6 through T1 fused together, a plate in front and in back, 4 screws on each side in order to hold it all together. Yes, I still deal with issues from the accident, and every day has some sort of pain level, but I tend to ignore it because I'm so grateful that I'm even still here. I believed sort of in miracles before, and grew up that way, but to have gone through what I've gone through, I know that he performs miracles. I am Jordan Santana, and Jesus is on demand.